What's up guys, welcome back to another video today, and today we're going to do something a little bit different to what I usually do. What I've been thinking of doing is there are quite a few tracks on Forza, and it's always a bit of a tough decision on what car do you use. Do you use a grip car for that circuit, or do you use a out and out power car? Now a lot of people have different opinions on this, so I'm not saying my opinion is the right way. It's just a little test that we'll put together to try and give you guys a bit of an idea. So the concept behind it is we're going to slowly, video by video, we're going to work through each track, and we're going to see which car works better, whether it be a grip car or a power car. Now there are a lot of you out there, myself included, that likes to use grip cars, but sometimes they're not particularly the fastest. If you're lobby racing, then it comes in handy because that extra grip is going to mean that you're going to be more consistent on the track, whereas the power cars are probably better for hot lapping or doing a rivals event, or if you've got a high level of skill to be able to control that in traffic, and also while racing. So there's a lot of variables that are in there, from car to car and track to track and person to person. But what we're going to do for this is we're going to run two cars. Both cars will be identical. They are the car we have on screen, which is the Ford Mustang GT Coupe. Now I chose this one because we've got two options for this. We can build it to be a grip car, and we can build it to be a power car as well. With the power car, I haven't gone out and out power and just had no tyres on it whatsoever. I tuned it as if I would do for a normal B-class power car. So you can see this one, for instance, we'll just sort it by manufacturer. Hopefully they'll be close together. No, they're not. Right, this is the grip version. So the speed is 6, handling 5.2, acceleration 8.4, 8.8, 5.7. So this one has 419 horsepower and 425 pound-foot of torque, weighs 2,348. Now if we just try and find what they've done with the other one, I thought the two cars would have been grouped next to each other, but apparently not. This one is the power car. So this one has got 442 horsepower, 441 pound-foot of torque, weighs 2,250 pounds, and exactly the same engine and conversions in both of them. So it's not the engine that's just going to make the difference, because we've got both engines in there. Both got 6-litre engines in. What all I've done differently with that one is what I usually do when I build power cars is reduce the tyres. Now if I'm with B-class, it's very rarely do you need race tyres on, unless you are making an out and out grip car where it's for a really short track like Catalunya School or something like that. But yeah, this has got basically the first tyre upgrade I think on, and a little bit of tyre width, and then save PI so we can spend it all on power. Whereas this one, that's got full race tyres on, full race width. I think we've gone for as much grip as we can possible. So these are going to be the two variations. So you can see one's got 5.2 handling on the grip one and 4.6 handling on the power one, but the power one's got 6.6 for speed, whereas that one's only got 6. So you can see there is quite a bit of difference between the two. And what I've done is we are going to be doing the Silverstone, I can't remember what the name of the track is. Let's have a quick look. Silverstone, it's the long version. Is it it's not the international, it's the Grand Prix circuit. So that's the one I'm going to do. I've done a flying lap for both cars. You're going to see them side by side now, and hopefully it'll give you a good idea on which car suits this track better, whether it's the grippy car to get in and out the bends and the sweeping sections a little bit faster, or if it's going to be the power car where you've got a couple of big long acceleration zones, not particularly high speed zones, but they are good acceleration zones, where the power car might help out. So we're going to run that now. I'll do a little bit of commentary over it, and we'll see which car is the winner. So here we have both cars just starting their flying lap. We have the grip Mustang on the left and the power Mustang on the right with the lovely green tinted windows. It comes with the paint, wasn't something I chose. But yep, we're coming up to the first set of chicanes and tight corners, and this is where you'd expect the grip car to actually make a bit of a break for it and use a bit of that grip to gain a bit of advantage, which you can see it's just slightly done there. Through those two set of corners it's probably gained about half a car length, but as you can see quickly the power car on the right catches that up as soon as it can extend its power. So you can see the miles per hour difference as well. think they're pretty much neck and neck, with the power car just slightly edging it. But now we're into another cornering section. So left hand side, the grip car is doing fairly well. I think it's just caught that difference up from the straight, and it's possibly pulling out a little bit of a lead. We'll be able to tell when it gets near the apex of the corners. Yep, it looked like the grip car is probably about half a second or so ahead. So far, first half of the track is going pretty well for the grip car, but this is probably where the power car is going to come into its own. Coming into this fast sweeping right-hander. Both cars having no issue getting around that corner whatsoever, and they're both back on the power, roughly about the same speeds, but the power is building up its speed a little bit faster now. We've got that bit of straight for it to stretch its legs. Through this section again, you'd expect the grip car to catch up through here. That extra grip for it, it'll be able to corner that a little bit faster, and you can see it has done pretty much neck and neck. So it's pretty much a back and forward race at the moment, with each car just gaining little bits of advantages here and there, and that's one thing to remember as well when you're lobby racing. If you go with the grip car, know where your car is strongest. Don't try and blast past on the straights, because it obviously won't work. I find with grip cars, if you can kind of keep in behind them for a little bit, and maybe stress them out, or just make them panic and make a mistake, and then you can get them there, or just get them in the corners. Likewise with a power car, don't try and dive bomb people up in the inside of the corners, because it won't happen. Just wait until they're straight, and then you can just stroll straight past them if you've got the faster car, of course. You can see coming up to the finish of the lap now, the power car is slightly ahead. Second half proved well for it, and it finishes 2:18.1 and 2:18.9. So power car wins that hot lap. So yeah, overall, with both sets of cars, you can see which parts of the track is better for which car. Obviously the tight and twisty circuits, tight and twisty sections are going to be better for the grip car, but it seems those straights and those acceleration zones in the second half of the track do tend to lean towards the power car. Then again, with the power car, it was a lot harder to drive and a lot harder to get round. You can be a lot more consistent with the grip car, but with the power car, it's just got that extra grunt down the straight, so you can make up any time you lose in the corners, and that's where it pays off. And that's the kind of thing that makes a difference between track to track as well, depending on what track you go. But we're going to use these two cars for any future ones as well. We're going to stick with these. We're going to try and run through each track likewise, because I think there's only two basic versions, with the exception of Le Mans, where it's a high-speed track. You either want acceleration and power, or you want grip. So there's the first Silverstone one. We're going to do another track soon, bring that up, and hopefully just give you guys an idea of what sort of car to try and build for what track. I'm not saying this is the gospel truth, it's just what works for me. Yeah, so hopefully power cars are the way to go forward on Silverstone. Obviously I haven't tried all three versions of the track, I've only gone with the one, but I think there's a couple of straights on the other versions as well, so you probably find that power cars do work out best there as well. But go and give that a try, guys. Try the other two circuits out, let me know what you think. If you get any comments, or leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next time we do a track one, I'll see you guys soon.